Welcome to Fairfield High School here as the Fairfield Indians are taking on the Mason Comets. The Fairfield Indians off to a great start. Number one in the GMC right now. They're undefeated 6-0. I'm Andrew Little here with Savannah Libby. And Savannah, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Indians?
You know, I'm pretty excited for this game, Andrew. You know, on Tuesday, Fairfield faced off against Hamilton, and Deshaunton Crimp hit 1,000 points in his high school career, which is quite a remarkable landmark, you know, for being so young. You know, senior, 6'2", second in the GMC, averaging 22.7 points per game. You know, really an essential player for this team.
Yeah, and Crim already on the board, scored immediately into the game, and right there, nearly got an assist. Although Golan takes it back for the Comets. Josh Olam taking it up, or Jack Olam taking it up. Finds Hanley in the post. Off to DeBross. And Olam takes the three. No good. Rebounded by Amir Rogers, the 6'7" forward. And Ray Coney, the guard, leading this offense. He's top 5 in the GMC in assists. Foul there. Going to be on the Comets, going to send Amir Rogers to the line. First of the game. Foul called on Ben Golan, his first of the night.
You know, Andrew, I'm pretty excited to see how this game is going to go, because even though Fairfield is first in the GMC, Mason's fifth. Mason is a team this year, you know, under the new coaching of Coach Adam Toohey, to where they're just winning these games off of hustle and off of heart. And so I'm interested to see against a talented team like Fairfield, who, you know, you have a decent amount of size, decent amount of athleticism. Just how is this going to pan out?
Yeah, this is definitely the toughest toughest matchup of the Comets season so far. A big test, but they've won some tough games. Springboro and Dunbar earlier in the season. And now Kelly has it at the three-point line. Back to Olam. The Comets spreading the ball out a lot so far this season, and Olam drives in with a nice ISO. So he gets on the board first for the Comets. And steal there from DeBross. He kicks it over to Olam for three. Off the rim. But Ben Golan gets the offensive rebound. Can't get it to go. Rogers, the 6'7" man, gets it. And another steal. Ben Golan in transition. And he gets the layup. Thought about a dunk right there, so Comets tie it up.
You know, Golan right now leading the scorer on this Comets team. A lot of that is off of his rebounds. He's averaging 10.8 rebounds per game right now, 16.3 points per game. So one of those crucial players next to DeBross, really just their leading post player in his senior season. Also acting as a leader on the team and just continuing this new mentality of brotherhood that, you know, Toohey is ushering in this year.
Absolutely. And then the leading scorer for the Indians, Deshaun Crim, now at the line, fouled by Jack Olam. First one is good for Crim.
I mean, Crim obviously with hitting 1,000 points is extremely talented offensively. I mean, he's not a player you want to put on the line in situations like this, where I feel like this could be a very close game, just if they go based off of hustle and off of heart, like I know this Comets team, you know, has shown in the past. But he's 72.7% from the free throw line right now, so maybe not your best option. He's obviously going to draw a lot of fouls, does like to try to get into the paint and get those quick little layups, so we'll see. Hopefully.
Yeah. When you have a scorer like Crim, you want to limit his free throw attempts, and right there, fouling on a three-pointer. Gave him three easy points, and he's now has 5 on the game. So Olam, after that foul, taking it up for the Comets. And DeBross facing tight defense. Now Kelly on the corner, gets it to Golan. Fairfield not giving up a lot of grounds. Now Golan finds Olam in the post. He's going to pass it back to Manker. Thought about shooting it, pump fake. Takes it in for the layup, and it's no good. Again, rebounded by Rogers.
You know, Fairfield there really just trying to work in those opportunity traps, trying to shut down anything in the paint, as the Comets have been a team this year who gets substantial amount of points just in off those blocks, especially from Golan and also members of the team like Olam. So.
And that one is good from Kashawn Ingram, the sophomore. He's been a breakout for Fairfield so far, and now extends their lead. Kelly has it on the wing, being guarded by Ingram. Gets it to DeBras. Golan has a bit of space. And he tried to find Olam cutting, but that ball goes out. They're going to say it's on the Comets, so Fairfield ball.
Come to the corners of the court.
And Coney and Ingram taking it up. Golan can't stop him. Points for Sanders. Greer to Manker.
It's going to be a foul there on Cameron Sanders. Young sophomore, 6'2", averaging 54.5% from the free throw line right now. You know, not exactly, I mean, they have some room, some flexibility to foul. Is Fairfield's first foul of the game, currently up by 7, only 3:39 left on the clock here in this first quarter, so, I mean, you have some room.
Yeah, so far not a lot of fouls in this game, but tight defense from both teams. Manker trying to drive inside, facing tight D. Gets it to Golan, but a big-time block from Rogers. Swats it away. Comets maintain possession.
You know, I said it earlier in the game, and I'm going to keep saying it. It's just Fairfield's ability to help out on that help defense just within the paint. I think that's going to be crucial, especially if Mason can figure out a way to score within that. They're going to have to be a little bit more creative this game, you know, and rely maybe a little bit more on some of their stronger three-point shooters like Matt DeBras, or on the court right now, Braden Greer.
And there it is. You just said it. Braden Greer knocks down the Comets' first three-pointer of the game. And the Comets, they haven't had a lot of space to shoot those. Fairfield playing tight defense, but Greer just lets it rip and converts. And open shot there. Swish from Sanders. Sanders, the other sophomore, along with Ingram, already making an impact today. And Ingram just said his name. He tried to knock that one out, but the Comets will retain possession. Ben Golan checking out. DeBras coming back in. A slew of changes. Manker and Kelling also exiting the game.
You know, Ben Manker is more of a guard in this lineup, can function sometimes as a post, but, you know, right now I think the coaching choice here was you're trying to go for speed and for shooters because you can't really get much into the paint, and that really is kind of Golan's specialty almost. You know, just getting those buckets within the paint, as I've said, throughout most of this game, but really just speed, and Jake Hanley, that's going to be a blocking foul, looks like.
Right there, Deshaun Krim picking up a foul. So DeBras gets an opportunity there. And after that foul, they're going to check out Krim. And Davion Krim, his brother, the sophomore, checks in. And now timeout. called by the Comets. Coach Adam Toohey calls the first timeout of the game. In Savannah, Comets down 7 on the scoreboard right now. What is Adam Toohey telling his team?
You know, I've been saying it most of this game, but I think his focus really needs to be on getting those quick little pull-up jumpers, trying to set those aggressive screens. You know, that's why you have Hanley on the court. He can use his size to his advantage, you know, at this point in the game. You're only down 7, which isn't that bad in basketball within the first quarter. I mean, you have 2:35 left on the clock, have a lot of flexibility here for what your options are, so it's not really time to panic yet. It's not really time to you know, start getting in your head. This is where they need to focus in, just kind of lock it down, especially those shooters. I mean, you have DeBross on the court right now and Kirkland, 2 of the team's best three-point shooters in the season. You know, Kirkland 66.7% from 3 right now, whereas Matt is 36.8%.
And both those guys are out on the court. Again, Kirkland has it near the top of the key. Finds Olam. Braden Greer cutting, but Olam going to opt to drive inside instead. And a foul called on the ground. So the Comets had the first 2 fouls of the game. Fairfield's picked up 4 in a row. 2 minutes and 28 seconds left in the first quarter.
I mean, if Fairfield wants to, you know, control the momentum like they have for most of this first quarter, they need to start being a little bit more aware of their hands in positioning and move more with their feet and less with their bodies here. Can't really be affording those fouls when you only have a 7-point lead because, you know, as I was saying, as Mason doesn't really have time to panic right now, this is where they need to focus in, but it's also the first quarter. I mean, it goes for Fairfield that they need to make sure that they keep their momentum here and just really lock in and control those fouls.
And now DeBross from 3. It's good. So Matt DeBross narrows the lead to 4. And so far the Comets haven't had a lot of opportunities to shoot it, but when they have, it's been good. Braden Greer hit one earlier, and now DeBross. Comets starting to get into a rhythm offensively.
Exactly, but I mean, I think most of this game is going to come from the three-point line, and as much as they don't want to, they might have to settle for some three-point shots as we get to a little bit closer here on the scoreboard.
And Ray Coney right there, beautiful crossover, kind of silences the Mason crowd after that three-pointer. Nice way to respond offensively. And now Golan, who just checked back into the game, has it in the post. Matched up with Rogers, gets it to Olam. Over to Greer. He's driving in, he's taking it up, and it's good. So Braden Greer now 5 on the game. Coney leading the charge for Fairfield. And a nice pass there from Ingram. Over to Sanders, and that fadeaway is good. So Fairfield right now matching all of the Comets' baskets. Not allowing Mason to go on any sort of a run, and that's a over and back violation for Matt DeBross. Solid defense from Davion Krim.
Looks like
and after that mistake, Matt DeBross checks out of the game. He hit that three-pointer just moments ago. Anthony Sulik checking in for the first time today. Now just 45 seconds left in the quarter. Coney hits the turnaround jumper. Sulik taking it up. Coney nearly gets the steal. Braden Greer recovers. And block. Gonna send Hanley to the line.
You know, Jake Hanley currently verbally committed to Indiana University for baseball. One of the key players on the roster, you know, for Coach Bly, as well for Tui here. One of those multi-sport athletes that Mason seems to find, especially at this varsity level. I know with girls basketball, it typically happens a lot with players that play volleyball or soccer, like Anna Habra and Gabby Rosano, but really just tremendous athletes being able to play in multiple seasons at a high level and get a lot of time here.
And Hanley knocked down the first free throw and gets the second, so Comets now 30 seconds left for Fairfield. This could potentially be the last possession of the quarter. And Davion Prim just dribbling it out at the top of the key. The Indians want the last shot. Gets it to the Krim brothers, passing it around. Deshaun has it. 4 seconds left. Takes the deep three, and no good. So at the end of the quarter, Fairfield leads the Comets 20-14. We'll be back with you after a quick break for all the second quarter action. Welcome back to Fairfield High School. Comets currently trailing the Indians 20-14. The Comets will start the quarter with possession. Matt DeBras has it at the top of the key. Fairfield's man defense has been tough for the Comets to break so far. And Alex Kelling takes a three, and it's good. So Comets from behind the arc have been hot today. That's their third make of the half. Alex Kelling's first basket.
Well, I mean, to remain competitive in this matchup against that aggressive defense you were saying, Andrew, shots like that are just going to be crucial for the Comets, you know, throughout the rest of this quarter and throughout the rest of the game.
And Gabe Clemens, the 6'10" sophomore, picks up some points there for Fairfield. They subbed him out pretty early in the first quarter, but he's a big mismatch for Fairfield. And now another sophomore, Cash Ingram, moving down the court. And after that, Alex Kelly gonna foul there to stop the fast break. Cameron Sanders will be inbounding for Fairfield as he gets it to Ingram. Fairfield moving it around the key. No good from Sanders. And Fairfield calls a timeout pretty early into the second quarter, just 6:56 remaining. In Savannah, Alex Kelling hit that three-pointer to start the quarter. How much are those three-pointers contributing right now for the Comets?
I mean, they're crucial. I mean, we had that three-pointer from Matt DeBras, had a one from Greer, another one from Alex Kelling right there. You know, against the type of defense and the mismatch you have on the court, you're kind of having to rely on those shooters and having that speed. I mean, most of the points from Mason throughout this quarter and throughout the rest of the game have to come from getting some good quality steals and fighting really against that offense. I mean, as a team as a whole, might not be a bad idea to consider positioning on defense and trying to be in the help more, even against maybe everybody except for, I'd say, Krim.
And DeBras picks it up there turnover from Fairfield in transition. He's going to take it for himself. But Fairfield picks it up now in the fast break is Coney. Nice double move there, picks up the basket. No foul called.
You know, Andrew, personally, I would not like to be standing at the end of that Mason cheerleaders lineup right now. Feels like every single player, the time they come down the court, is landing almost right next to them or practically on them.
Yeah, the pace definitely picked up early in this second quarter. 6:32 left, and Fairfield has possession after a jump ball. And Rogers gets it into Coney. Cameron Sanders has to be patient. And off the ball foul there from Davion Krim. Excuse me, Gabe Clemens. So Clemens, the 6'10" sophomore, picks up his first foul. It'll be important for him to not get into foul trouble.
You know, Fairfield's not sitting in a great spot right now. Only one foul away from pushing the Comets into the bonus. And I mean, with the game where you're only up by 7 points and stayed pretty consistent throughout most of this half, it's not a great position to put the Comets in, especially when you have shooters like Matt DeBross in this lineup.
And now, foul called on DeBross. So Fairfield takes possession. Something to keep an eye on. Fairfield at 6 fouls, so Comets in the bonus at the next foul. Would be helpful for them narrowing down this lead. And Clemens takes the three, airballs it, but Rogers, the forward, picks up the rebound.
You know, Clemens only 12.8% from three this season. It's really not maybe the best player out of this lineup to be shooting that shot, but you know, when you open, you got to take it. You know, it was interesting to me is how Comets switched into, after that timeout, switched into a 1-3-1 and then switched back into man immediately the next play. So, you know, an interesting coaching choice from Tui. And I got to say that it's working. That caught Fairfield off guard and left them a little bit unprepared and caused some turnovers.
And Ben Golan somehow gets a basket there around the impenetrable wall of Gabe Clemens and Amir Rogers. Those two have been fantastic on defense so far. And Coney picks up another 2 points for Fairfield. So the Comets haven't been able to get on a run at all. Fairfield just matching every basket. Braden Greer makes a move in the post. Can't get it, and Rogers gets the rebound. And the three from Davion Krim is good. So Fairfield off to a 10-point lead, the first double-digit point spread of the game. Manker finds DeBross, finds Golan. Comets looking for an opening. Golan takes it inside. Can't get it to go.
You know, I'm starting to understand a lot more why Tsui wants some of those players with speed on the court, especially with just the incredible amount of athleticism that I'm seeing here from Fairfield off of these fast breaks. Literally, they're just like a bullet going down the court, and thankfully, you know, you have some players on this Mason roster who are able to compete with that. I mean, obviously, you're moving faster if you don't have a ball in your hands, but still.
Comets going to make some substitutions. Hanley and Kirkland check in. Alex Kellen and Ben Golan head to the bench. And Coney will find Rogers. Tight defense from Hanley, but he can't pick up the turnover. Ball's on the ground. Jump ball. It'll be Fairfield possession. So 4 minutes and 8 seconds left in this first half. Fairfield dominating possession as of late.
Have some
Cameron Sanders takes it inside. No good. Matt DeBross with the rebound. And a couple Indians getting tangled with Jake Hanley. Now Kirkland from three. No good. Braden Greer nearly picks up the offensive rebounds. And he's going to be called for a foul.
Looks to me like that one's going to be on
So
Braden
now 6
Greer.
fouls for both teams. The next foul we see will be for the bonus, so some free throws coming up very soon. And Cameron Sanders will inbounds it for Fairfield.
Not exactly an ideal position to be in, especially for Mason. Maybe, defensively, I know they've been trying to play an aggressive game here, but definitely need to watch their hands coming up soon. Only 3:39 left on the clock here in the second quarter, with the Comets trailing by 10.
And Comets nearly pick up a turnover there. Cash Ingram able to recover and drives in like lightning. Gets the basket. Quick recovery there. Fairfield extends their lead. And a nice pass from Olam. Kirkland tries for the reverse layup. Braden Greer with the offensive rebound, and that one's swatted away, but not before a foul.
Looks like that's going to be on Ingram. He got behind Kirkland there. Pardon me, it looked like there's multiple fouls. I guess Greer's going to be on the line. Or they are going to end up with Kirkland shooting.
So the foul ended up being called not on the shot, but on the floor on Luke Kirkland. So Comets now in the bonus. Kirkland heading to the line. And already down double digits. Free throw is going to be crucial for the Comets throughout the rest of the half.
But I mean, considering where the Comets are at right now in the GMC, currently 5th, 4-2 on the season, only losses to Princeton, just 75-63 in Middletown, only by 1 point on Tuesday during this past week. I'd consider they're doing fairly well against the #1 team in the GMC. Only trailing by 10, that isn't really a bad position to be in, especially with the projections, coming into this game and what they were.
Yep, and the Comets, Jake Hanley picked up a turnover there. Braden Greer into the fast break, got some points. But now Ray Coney, nice pass to Sanders. So Fairfield matches Greer on the board. And Jack Olam setting things up for the Comets. Braden Greer playing a big role so far tonight. Greer driving inside on the sophomore. That layup can't go. And a jump ball called.
Too much behind it.
And Manker checks in for Jake Hanley. Comets get possession after that jump ball. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left in this half. Braden Greer trying to make something happen. Gets it to DeBross. Now to Olam. Olam driving in. That layup is no good. Rogers picks up the rebound. It'll be interesting to see his halftime stats. He's picked up a lot of boards for the Indians. And now he's headed to the line. So Fairfield now in the bonus. Manker picks up his first foul of the game. 1-1 here for Amir Rogers. No good, so Comets take the ball back. Cash Ingram nearly stole it back for Fairfield, but can't force the turnover. And Sanders checking back in for Fairfield. Greer and Manker able to break the two-man press, but turnover there from Greer. Miscommunication on the floor.
Yeah, turnovers like that aren't ideal for a position like this in the game when you're down by 12, 1:39 left on the clock here. Both teams are in the bonus, so, I mean, every possession is kind of crunch time here for the Comets.
Definitely just got a little harder. It's Deshaun Krim and Gabe Clemens checking into the game. Krim got into foul trouble early. The Comets made sure to attack him on offense.
Yeah. I don't know about you, Andrew, but from here that looked like he was behind the basket. But
definitely. So Comets rewarded with possession after that one. Opportunity here with just under a minute and a half in the second quarter. So Greer finds Manker, takes it past half court. DeBross tries to find Kelly, and Braden Greer diving will certainly pick up a foul there on Cameron Sanders. So that'll send Fairfield back to the line.
That's just unfortunate, diving for the ball there and just stumbled over him. You know, but that's the type of hustle that the Comets need moving into the rest of this quarter and into the rest of the second half. You know, personally, I think that Coach Tui's really just going to be focusing on ways that they could maybe infiltrate the paint and use Ben Golan a little bit more during this game to try to work around the aggressive Fairfield defense, as well as trying to be trying to match the aggressiveness of Fairfield while still maybe dialing it back a little bit on fouls. You know, especially pushing Fairfield into the bonus when you're down by 14 isn't ideal for the Comets, but, you know, hopefully that we don't get to double bonus before the end of the half.
DeBross driving in, and a jump ball called there as he was driving in. So Fairfield picks it up. Under a minute left in the half. And several substitutions for the Comets. Anthony Sulik, Luke Kirkland, Jack Olam, all checking in.
Not a bad move there by Tui, trying to give some of his essential shooters a bit of a rest. You know, probably won't see them back until the second half. Most of them have played almost the entire game.
And Coney scores in the paint. Continues to extend Fairfield's lead. They're on a run.
You know, Andrew, that was a play that goes in the highlight reel. I mean, you drop someone on your hip off of a nice little spin move in the paint. Really just showcases some of the talent here on this Fairfield roster. Olam trying to infiltrate right now, and he will. He's going to get that basket. Haven't seen a whole lot of that this game, but hopefully Olam and Ben Golan, alongside Jake Hanley, can try to get some more
Clemens
action.
Taking the last shot. It's no good. So Fairfield will head into halftime with a 14-point lead over the Mason Comets, the top team in the GMC right now. Fairfield off to a good start. We'll be back with you for all the second half action. And welcome back here for the second half. Comet currently trailing Fairfield 37-23. Really strong first half for Ray Coney, the guard. And the Comets hit a couple three-pointers early, but haven't been able to get any serious momentum on offense. And Savannah, we've got another important game tonight in the GMC, Lakota West versus Lakota East. Why don't you give us a little bit of an update?
Yeah, exactly. So 1:57 left in the second as of 8:09 p.m. But it's 30-13 right now. East is, 10-0. Went a little run there for a while, but, another crucial matchup, and we'll see how that plays out in standings coming up soon. I thought the Comets played an interesting first half. A lot of it was hustle. A lot of it was, some of those shooters from the outside. So I'll be interested to see about, what Coach Tui focused on at halftime and his way of trying to incorporate some of his forwards like Ben Golan and Jack Olam more into this lineup as they're typically some of the leading scorers on this team and have been shut down almost this entire game.
We've already seen their outside shooting make an impact. Alex Kelly hit a three-pointer to start the half. And now I've seen a lot of aggressiveness on defense. Another foul for the Comets. Deshaun Krim at the line, and we did not hear a lot from him in the first half. He got into foul trouble early. 2 fouls early in the first quarter. Only has 5 points because of it, but 1,000 points score in his career. We know how lethal he can be if he gets going. And a lot of guys picked up slack, especially Coney and the sophomore Cameron Sanders, who both have double digits. And Krim picks up that one, now 4 for 4 from the line, and makes it 5 for 5. And Matt DeBras taking it up for the Comets. Driving inside, can't get it. Golan forced the jump ball. And the Comets, a big issue for them is they're getting out-rebounded majorly. Fairfield has 18 rebounds. Comets only have 7. So Fairfield using their size advantage well. And Ray Coney taking it up. Finds Amir Rogers inside, and it's good.
Exactly what you were saying. You can see there, Andrew, using their size advantage just to kind of overpower some of these players. Rogers, 6'7", had a big mismatch there being guarded by DeBras. So really just trying to use their size and athleticism as an advantage here, as most of the Fairfield roster are multi-sport athletes. A fair amount of their starters are on the football team. So using that strength and athleticism from being a multi-sport athlete to really help them here tonight.
Yeah, Amir Rogers, Ray Coney, both strong football players as well. Rogers, good defensive end, and Coney has some Division I offers as a linebacker. But right there, Jack Olam gets some points for the Comets.
I think those are the exact type of plays the Coach Tui wants to add into this game for the rest of the half here as a way to try to incorporate some of those post players in a different level. Nice little outside hook with his right hand. A great little post move.
Offensive rebounding come into play right there. Amir Rogers, big time. So Comets, patient. DeBras has a lane, and he's going to take it. Nearly blocked by Rogers. Put back from Golan. And now Deshaun Krim leading the charge. Krim working his way around the Comet defense and gets 2. So Fairfield lead extended to 13. DeBras gets a screen from Golan, and he'll take it himself for the basket. And Deshaun Krim talking to Ray Coney there. Maybe a missed assignment on defense. Some substitutions for both teams. Cash Ingram, the sophomore, checking in. Braden Greer, the junior for the Comets, also coming in. Coney setting things up.
Looks like that might be an offensive foul there on Cameron Sanders, and it will. Looked like it was a push, in the backcourt.
So Comets have the lead down now to 11 now. The shortest deficit of the half. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Braden Greer takes it inside, gets it, tries to pass it out to DeBras, but stolen by Krim. And DeBras picks up a foul. And Deshaun Krim averaging almost 3 steals per game. 2 fouls now for DeBras.
Comets only trailing by 11 at the moment. 4:17 left here in this third period. Not sitting at a that bad of a spot comparatively to where they were coming out of halftime. But I've been surprised by what I've seen from this Comets defense going into this third quarter. We've seen a lot of more help defense within the paint, trying to shut down some of those taller players that have a height advantage against them, like Rogers and Clemens, who hasn't been playing much, but when he is, he's making an impact on the court with his size and helping out within the paint.
And a nifty play there from Matt DeBras. Goes for the reverse layup. Gets it in. Amir Rogers gets it back to Ray Coney. I'd like to see Fairfield get Rogers more involved offensively.
So Tui's having them switch into a 2-3, trying to contain a little bit more down low, as well as trying to get some of those corners threes in check. There is a little bit of a size disadvantage. A little bit surprised Rogers didn't go in there to try to drive, but he would have had to face the pressure of Manker. Not a bad shot selection, though.
Braden Greer thought about it from 3, instead kicks it into Ben Golan. Has a matchup he likes in the post, and he gets the points. So now Comets get the digit down. Get the deficit down to single digits for the first time this half. Ben Golan, only 4 points in the first half, but that's a strong start now in the third quarter. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third. And a turnover. But no, the referees will say that one is out on the Comets. Olam, DeBras, Manker trying to argue against it. And turnover. So Comets retake possession here. Have a chance to go on a bit of a run. Jack Olam starting for the Comets. Ray Coney in transition, going up, hard foul from Olam. Coney sells that one a little bit. He'll be headed to the line.
So Olam's third foul of the night. Haven't really seen much from Golan here offensively throughout most of this game, because they're doing a fairly good job of shutting him down, as he is Mason's #1 scorer at the moment. Olam #3, but Olam fouling out, not exactly ideal. Looking into the rest of this half, only 2:14 left. Comets only trail by 10. So I mean, I'm interested to see how that will go with Olam and what Tui and will adjust to.
And only gets one of those free throws to go. Golan has it at the top of the key, kicks it to DeBras. DeBras gets a screen, drives in by himself, and tight defense from Rogers now. Fairfield in transition. Deshaun Krim gets swatted by Braden Greer. And a push-off is called. That one is on Cash Ingram. Good Greer has it. DeBras driving in, finds Kellen, who quick trigger three, can't get it to go. And jump ball again. So now, just had a jump ball earlier now, Fairfield possession. 10-point lead with 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the third quarter. So Comets have chipped away a little bit at the deficit, but Fairfield still in control, in part to Ray Coney, who's leading this team so far. Passes it to Krim. And Krim being patient with the ball. He gets a screen from Rogers, driving in, loses possession, and now Comets in the fast break. DeBras gets it to Olam, who's taking the three. No good. Now Coney in transition himself. Does it all alone. Nice move under the basket. Picks up a basket, picks up some points. So 40 seconds left in the quarter. Greer open on the corner. And now 4 fouls for Cash Ingram. He's gotten into foul trouble this half, already. So he's going to have to check out. Ingram was very impactful in the first half. 4 points, did not miss a shot from the field. So Comets potentially can exploit that here in the fourth quarter with just 1 foul to give. And Matt DeBras will inbounds it. Finds Manker. Manker in the post. Tries to make something happen. Can't get that one to fall, but gets a rebound for his own shot. Puts it back, so some second chance points there for Mason.
Comets still sticking in that 2-3, trying to decrease, the lead that Fairfield has here. Just under about 7 seconds left in this third quarter, only trailing by 10. Comets, I'm going to say that a lot of at least the way Fairfield plays, is very aggressive. They like to get those rebounds on the boards. They like to win that battle and just really try to go after everything. And Mason is a hustle team, but I think you might have mentioned this earlier, Andrew, but at the half, Fairfield has 18 rebounds as a team. Mason only 7. So just something to consider. I know there's quite a bit of a size disadvantage there, but...
And Ben Golan knocks down a big-time three as the Comets are building some momentum heading into the fourth quarter. So cuts the lead down to 7. We'll be back with you for the fourth quarter action in just a second after a quick break. And we're back here for the fourth quarter. The Comets riding high after a big-time shot from Ben Golan, a three-pointer at the buzzer of the third. So Comets only trailing by 7. They were down 14 at halftime.
You know, Andrew, this is the closest the Comets have been all game since that initial start of momentum in the first quarter for Fairfield. So I'm really interested to see how Tui's going to coach the rest of this quarter and what his team is going to do and deal with this aggressiveness from Fairfield.
And what a move there from Ben Golan. He is feeling it right now. Pump fake at the three-point line and drives in, makes a couple moves. He is really leading the charge in the second half. He's been fantastic. And we saw this in the Springboro game where he had 27 points. Really helped them close out the game in the fourth quarter. They were down in the middle of the game.
You know, I think one of the biggest things is that the way the Comets have been playing in this kind of zone defense and going back and forth a little bit between a 2-3 and a 1-3-1 here, but seem to be able to shut down Fairfield a little bit more effectively aside from some of those outside shots like we just saw right there. But aside from that, you know, the paint is being fairly well guarded, which is initially where most of their points were coming from, through those gaps they were seeing with those players from the Mason defense when they were playing man.
A big and one there from Matt DeBras. So Comets continuing to build momentum. Picks up the shot and the foul. So can bring this one back to 5 points. That three-pointer from Cameron Sanders. Definitely big to thwart some of the Comets' momentum. And it's no good from DeBras. Coney behind the back dribble, driving in transition, and it's fouled by Golan.
You know, I think Coney did some style points off that play. Nice little behind the back. He kind of went through almost the entire Mason defense, which is unusual with the way Mason is attacking this defensively right now, so big props to him.
And Golan now, that was his third foul of the game. We've seen how crucial he is for this team scoring the ball, so something to monitor. And first free throw from Coney is no good.
You know, I mean, coming out of halftime, Coney was the team's, second leading scorer of the night, had 10 points at the half, only just increasing that now as we're continuing throughout the rest of this game. But just a tremendous effort so far.
And Matt DeBras taking things up now after Coney makes the second free throw. Gets a quick screen from Golan. Didn't really affect Krim. Golan driving in. Doesn't see anything he likes, gets it to DeBras. And Golan from three. Can't get it to go. Jack Ullum tries to keep the ball and bounce. Unable to. And Coney now going to slow things down for Fairfield. Kicks it to Sanders. Sanders finds Krim. Krim gets a block. And now Rogers inside. Big time three right there from the younger Krim. Davion. And now Fairfield has a double-digit lead yet again. All it takes is one play, and the sophomore Davion Krim knocks one down there. Ben Golan driving in. Beautiful touch on that score. And now this game's really going. Ray Coney moving the ball up the court fast. Touch and go with Rogers. And Sanders can't get it to go from three. Golan picks up the crucial rebounds. 5 minutes and 15 seconds left in this game. Golan thought about it from the top of the key. Manker will take it. It's a little bit short off the rim. And Coney picks up a basket guarded tightly by Golan. Ross. This offense really running through Ben Golan in the fourth quarter.
Golan got shut down there. But can't tell if they called the timeout before the call. There's going to be a full timeout there for the Comets from Tui. But, you know, strategically, if I was Ben Golan, might not be a bad option here. Seems to be going left a lot off of that quick little pump fake. Potentially, you know, a nice little jab left, trying to go right for one of these could catch Fairfield off guard and maybe get him some more scoring opportunities. But, you know, looking at this Mason lineup we have in right now, you've Matt, Golan, Manker, Olam, and Greer here. So, I mean, you have some pretty good shooters in your roster trying to kind of figure out that momentum, trying to get it back. Comets did decrease that lead to only 5. Now it's back at 10. But, you know, I'm hopeful for what we can see throughout the rest of this quarter and potentially some of the effort. I know that if I was Coach Tui, I'd be extremely proud of some of the work that this team has put in. 5th in the GMC, only 10 points behind the undefeated Fairfield, who's sitting first. So, you know, a lot to think about here. A lot to think about here as a team and as moving forward. Only 4:32 left. Both teams sitting at 5 fouls. Not exactly a great position with how much time is left on the clock, but definitely manageable. And potentially, you know, Mason could get some free throws coming up soon that might be able to put them a little bit back further into the game if they can control some of their hand placement to try not to draw those unnecessary fouls.
Golan passes it off to Manker. Manker driving in. Kellen was open. And now to Bross, deep 3, and it's good. And that one getting the Comets sideline hyped. Now down by 7. Deshaun Krim makes a move, trying to drive inside. Gets to his brother, who knocks down a 3 of his own. Davion Krim now 2 big-time three-pointers in this fourth quarter, halting any of the Comets' attempts to take down this lead. And now Manker has it. Ben Golan from 3. That one just off the rim. Coney picks up the rebound. He's in transition. And Krim
Tough rebound there for Coney. Had to fight through a lot of Mason defenders, including Manker. You know, just showcases some of his size. You know, being one of those multi-sport athletes, did do an unofficial visit to Bowling Green for football. So really just using his strength there to try to win this battle of the boards. Only 3:33 left in the clock here. Comets currently trail by 10 in this fourth quarter.
Ross drives inside, finds Golan. Again, great touch on that basket. So narrows the lead to 8. The issue for the Comets is they haven't been able to get any momentum, giving up big time shots. Now Amir Rogers helping facilitate the ball around again to Krim, and what a fourth quarter Davion Krim, the sophomore, is having. Normally it's his brother Deshaun who's the star, 1,000 points in his career, but today Davion Krim has his brother beat. He's got some bragging rights when they get back home.
You know, I'm not exactly sure if their parents taught them to shoot, but whatever they're learning at that house definitely needs to be spread to both teams here. Just tremendous shooters all around, really just leading their offense right now.
And Golan gets the basket there to make things more manageable now, 56-65, but after those 3 3-pointers from Krim, certainly makes a comeback for Mason a lot more difficult, and credit to him making the big shots when his team needs it. And now another sophomore tries to take it there, but Sanders' shot no good. Braden Greer has some space, Gets it to Olam. He knocks that one down. Comets starting to build up some energy. And now timeout called.
You know, Comets here sitting at a 7-point lead. You know, again, kind of like the first quarter, have gone back and forth a lot here within this fourth quarter. A little bit of a shift in momentum, but you know, hopefully they'll be able to finish this out strong. You know, right now I'd say biggest priority is trying to stop some of that outside shooting we're seeing from Devon Krim. You know, Andrew, what do you think about that?
Yeah, absolutely. The Comets right now in a critical position, down 7, and they need to get the three-point shooting's been strong today when they're able to get shots. You know, Matt DeBras, Ben Golan going to be key.
You know, looking over here at Fairfield for a moment, I'd say in order for them to continue their momentum, they just need to keep trying to push some of those threes that are just falling tonight. I mean, just goodness gracious, that Krim family, incredibly talented here, leading this offense for Fairfield. Mason, biggest priority, key, almost crucial right now, is shutting down that outside shooting. Ever since they switched into a zone, done a fairly good job at trying to contain some of those field goal shots that would up those percentages. Like I know Fairfield likes, a lot of that first half was aggressive paint battle while playing that man defense. So hopefully that zone will continue to work cohesively and maybe even consider
big time.
Looks like they're going to switch back into man right now.
The Comets trying to apply more pressure here with 2 minutes left, knowing they're about to be in a position to get into the foul game. Sanders has it outside the key. Krim.
It's a little bit. Oh, that's going to be a call for a timeout.
Fairfield.
I thought that was a call for a foul on Jack.
So Fairfield has to take a timeout right there instead of giving the Comets another foul to get them closer to the bonus. Interesting, but now just a short foul, and the Comet off defense, as you said, switching to that aggressive man. Going to need to force some turnovers here. Jack Olam and Ben Banker have been getting a lot of steals this season, so look for them to try to cut some lanes. Braden Greer's been aggressive on defense all day. Let me see if they put in Jake Hanley. That's one of his specialties, is snatching balls out of the air.
The only thing with Hanley is because of his aggressive play style, he might cause some fouls that this team doesn't need right now with only 1:41 left on the clock.
Fairfield able to find Krim. He has some space, dribbling around DeBras. And Jack Olam picks up a steal. There it is. So Comets down 7, 1:30 to go. Need a basket right here. Matt DeBras has it. Finds Greer on the outside. They're moving the ball around. Luke Kirkland wide open in the corner. And that ball nearly went out of bounds, so not able to take the three-point attempt, but keeps possession. And Matt DeBras, a deep three-pointer, and it's good. Ice in his veins, Matt DeBras. That is a big-time shot. What a season he's having. He's really stepped up from his sophomore year. And that shot right there, now only down 4. We've got ourselves a game. Under a minute left to go. Ray Coney driving in. Matt DeBras playing tight defense. And picks up a foul. So 3 fouls now for DeBras. And the Comets at 6. So Fairfield, 1 more foul, and they'll be at the bonus. But that three-pointer for Matt DeBras, just wow. Critical. Deshaun Krim able to get that basket up. So
I'm a little confused why the clock didn't start when that ball went in bounds there.
And Ben Golan couldn't get that to go. Jack Olam with the offensive rebound. The Comets have a lot of fight left in them. And Tui calls a timeout. Jack Olam, big time play.
Right now, really just crunch time here for the Comets. Only down by 4, the smallest lead Fairfield has had all game, kind of losing the momentum against some of those deep threes we're seeing from Matt DeBras. As you were saying earlier, Andrew really stepped into his own this season, you know, doing fairly well, averaging 13.2 points per game, but really is one of those players who he has shown time and time again this season he's able to perform well under pressure, and hopefully that can continue here in the last 31.5 seconds of this game. I know Tui is relying on him, but I mean you also have to consider some of the other members of this team. You have Olam, always could try to work around, get a nice little post move in there if you need to. Does have some mismatches with the size and pure strength of this team, but considering where the Comets and Fairfield are at in the GMC, this is remarkable.
And Coney keeps it, Luke Kirkland sticking with him. And a double dribble. The Comets catch a break right there. Ray Coney can't believe the mistake. So now
that is huge for the momentum the Comets have moving into the rest of this quarter. Only 29.6 seconds left. Still plenty of time to score here. Could potentially get a couple layups or a 3. Either one would be a good option. Fairfield's probably going to play really tight here. Be surprised if they wouldn't draw some fouls.
Driving in. No shot foul on the ground. So both teams now with 6 fouls. Just one away from the bonus. Jack Olam inbounds in it. 25 seconds to go for this Comet team. Matt DeBras, Ben Golan, Jack Olam, all having great fourth quarters.
Exactly. Comets only have one timeout left. So, I mean, Coach Tui's definitely going to have to play this by ear as they come in to the rest of this fourth quarter.
DeBras able to keep this on the right side, but a turnover. Braden Greer thought it touched Fairfield. Mason sideline agreed, but now Fairfield takes possession. Luke Kirkland, Anthony Sulik checking in. They've got fouls to give, a lot of speed, so can try to pick up some turnovers here. And Jack Olam using that long wingspan. And ball's on the ground, jump ball. And no jump ball, calls it Fairfield. Fairfield calls the timeout. Comets, aggressive play there, nearly got it. So now, just 2 timeouts left.
Only 16.1 seconds left in this game. Comets still only trail by 4, but just some remarkable play we've seen in the last minute, Andrew. I mean, we've seen a lot of effort and hustle. This is what I was talking about early in the first quarter about how I was interested to see how this game would pan out, considering the way Tui has adapted his coaching to this team as, you know, becoming these new varsity head coach after a legacy left from Richards last year, but they are a team who plays with heart and hustle, and that's really just going to show in this last 16.1 seconds of this matchup. I mean, even the fact that the Comets are only 4 points away from tying this game potentially, it's remarkable considering that Fairfield is undefeated in the GMC, and they played Princeton, which Mason lost to, and they beat them by quite a bit. So, I mean, I'm really interested to see how this is going to pan out, Andrew.
Yeah. Fairfield, if they score here, it'll be very difficult for the Comets. Mason defense. Aggressive Luke Kirkland nearly picks up the steal. And a foul is called.
Looks like that foul is going to be
Braden Greer, 3rd foul of the game, so Fairfield headed to the line. It'll be Sanders.
Fairfield themselves only one foul away from pushing the Comets into the bonus, but for both teams, sending anyone to the line is a little. You're putting yourself in a tough spot. Only 12.8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Fairfield now leads 68-63. So I mean that foul is potentially costly to the way the Comets might or might not be able to recover here.
First free throw is good, but second is not. Comets moving with it. Matt DeBras driving in and picks up a foul. So Comets happy about that one. Foul called on Fairfield. Deshaun Krim certainly not happy about that call. And also picks up a technical so Comets, big time break right there. Only 3 seconds left, so not a lot of time. I think the clock might get reset here. So DeBras will have a 1-and-1, and then the Comets will get the ball back.
You should be shooting the 2 shots for the Tech right now. Then they will proceed with shooting the 1-and-1 off of the foul. Looks like the refs are debating this a little bit. Personally, Andrew, I think there was a little bit more time left on the clock. They were a little slow to stop it there. Potentially might.
Yeah, all of a sudden, who's stuck up on the clock? There's 3 seconds left. Certainly felt like they were late to that one.
I thought it ended potentially maybe 5.6 seconds. So we'll see.
5 seconds, definitely not 3, but no time getting out of the clock. So a lot of pressure here on Matt DeBras to make these free throws. First one is up, and it's good. So he's halfway there. And if he makes this, Comets just need the three-pointer to tie it up and send things to overtime. And it's good, Matt DeBras. He's been clutch all game long, and now giving his team a chance. Gets the ball again. So the technical foul was added after the foul on Krim on a shot. So Matt DeBras gets the bonus and the technical. No good. So he gets one more shot here. And it's good. So Comets still in it.
That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Especially just wow. That showcases exactly the ability that Matt DeBras has to play at this varsity level and perform under pressure. Goodness gracious, Andrew. I just mean, those shots were essential for his team. Mason only trails by 2. The shortest lead Fairfield has had all game. Comets have been effectively gaining their momentum throughout this fourth quarter after a lot of back and forth that we've seen. Only 3.5 seconds left in the clock. So, I mean, if you're Fairfield, you have the ball coming out, right? So, you start off here probably just trying to do whatever you can to get open and get anyone the ball just to try to grasp onto this game. But I mean, if the Comets win this will be huge for GMC play continuing throughout the rest of the season. And even what this can mean for the Comets in the postseason, beating a team or playing at this level against a team of such a high caliber, relatively early into the season.
So just a quick recap of what just happened. Matt DeBras was fouled by Deshaun Krim, so he had 2 free throws. Then Deshaun Krim picked up a technical, so 2 more fouls, and now the Comets have the ball. Matt DeBras went 3 for 4 from the line. This is a situation you won't see often. The technical foul, the Comets will have the ball. Matt DeBras. So Fairfield now calling a timeout. And so just a quick recap for anyone that may be confused. Matt DeBras was fouled by Deshaun Krim, giving him 2 free throw shots. Then after that, Deshaun Krim, unhappy with the call, talks back to the refs. He picked up a technical, tacked on 2 more fouls and the ball. So now Comets trailing by 2 points. And Fairfield's coach in their sideline getting some clarification from the referees. But Matt DeBross single-handedly might have just put his team in his position to win this game.
You know, Andrew, after this game, I'm just excited to see what's in store for the Comets for the rest of the season and in the postseason. This is the ability to play under pressure, and with players like Matt DeBross on the roster, you know, doesn't matter, I guess, position in the GMC, but it's more important just the hustle and effort that's going into this. And this showcases a ton Coach Tui's ability to rally his team in moments when they need him, and just to create a game plan that will bring them together. Is implementing of the brotherhood concept, as I'm definitely seeing tonight in the way these teammates are lifting each other up and going off of each other.
And now Comets, 3.5 seconds left. Matt DeBross, the man who made all those free throws, will take it in. Finds Golan. Just not a lot of time up. Throws it up, no good. Braden Greer. So, shot, no called. Final here from Fairfield. 68-66 Indians, but an exciting finish. And credit to Adam Tui and his team, down big in the second half. And no quit, a lot of fight in this team, worked their way back to a 2-point game. Very exciting. You know, went to the wire with the top team in the conference, so a lot of momentum and a lot of excitement to be had despite the tough loss.
Exactly. I mean, this entire first half, we saw Fairfield have that momentum. We come into the third quarter, Mason's getting some of it back a little bit, but still is remaining in control. Going into the fourth, you have the Comets bringing a presence, showing up for themselves. You know, only lost by 2 points to the #1 team in the GMC. This is used for conference play and moving forward into the postseason, and what this could potentially mean for how this will pan out. I mean, now I'm questioning what the GMC rankings actually should be compared to how they're posted after a performance like this tonight from a team as substantial as Fairfield and Mason. Gotta give Coach Tui a lot of credibility for his aggressiveness and just crucial coaching tonight.
And thank you for listening all game long. It was an exciting finish here. Fairfield taking down the Mason Comets, and we'll see you on Wednesday for the girls.